20 people were killed and more than 24 were wounded in a shooting at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas on Saturday.
Active shooter.
People took cover as armed police officers ran through Cielo Vista Mall, which is near the Walmart. Authorities say a 21-year-old white male suspect is in custody, and they are investigating if...
G'day. Can you believe it? There has been yet another well-documented violent event, this time at a Walmart in El Paso. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. Anyway, before we start this video, I want to make one thing absolutely 100% clear. In the past, I have been accused of denying well-documented violent events and have had many videos removed as a result. So I want to make this absolutely clear from the get-go before the video starts that I am well aware that this is a well-documented violent event. I'm not denying it. And just to show you just how well aware of how well documented this violent event is, I'm going to show you just from a quick Google searches just how well documented this is. Here are some news stories documenting the event, and here are, I'll also tack in some videos documenting the event, a list of videos documenting the event, and Wikipedia. It's very well documented. I can't deny that, and I'm not denying that. I wouldn't dare deny that this is a well-documented violent event.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me at Rose's Cantina. Music would play and Felina would whirl. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas wind.
Well-documented violent event.
So let's be absolutely clear that I am not denying this well-documented violent event whatsoever. I just showed you how well documented it was. Now, it's all fine and dandy to read about it from all that documentation, and there's so much of it. It can be overwhelming that there's so much. That's why Wikipedia is so great. Like I said in a previous video, it just condenses all that stuff that I showed you before I included the Wikipedia page. That's why I put it on last, because it's like, you know, a final roundup of everything that happened. So I want to do the same thing visually here with this video to add to that written documentation so that you can see and get a bit of a feel for just how terribly bad this whole thing was. So first I want to show you, we'll start off, well, I guess the best way to do it would be to see what it was like when the SWAT arrived on the scene. We'll get a bit of a feel for what it was like when the SWAT arrived. So here are some pictures of the SWAT arriving at the scene.
Back it up! Go!
Now those chilling scenes should start to give you a feel for just how bad this well-documented violent event at Walmart in El Paso, Texas really was. But before we jump right into the middle of the chaos of this well-documented violent event, I want to just have a quick look and give you an idea of what it would be like for the average Joe citizen who just happened to be in the mall at the time and found themselves caught up in the middle of this well-documented violent event. Here, have a look at this.
Active shooter.
Hands up! All the line out there. Keep going. Run out that way. Keep going.
I would have been shitting myself, I'll tell you what. Imagine just shopping along, doing your business, and don't forget Walmart is a huge complex. It's massive. I'll show you on Google Earth soon. But imagine that, you're just shopping along and then all of a sudden these big huge blokes in military uniform with huge big guns start screaming at you, get out, come on, run, you know, like, and ushering you. And, oh mate, I'd pack darkies. I'd think that's it, you know, the finally wow, you know, it would feel like a military takeover, almost like an occupation, you know, like somebody's come and taken over and they're going to put you in FEMA camps or something like that. Wow, that'd be terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. So now, having set the scene, sort of given you a taste of how chaotic it was, let's go a little further, and I'm going to take you down. This is the Walmart complex here, and I want to take you down into the middle of this area if I can. Sorry, I'm not too good at the navigation. And I've got this in double speed. I should have edited a little bit better. But this little part here, if I can pick the right spot, which I kind of did, but not quite. Up in that corner up there, footage from this video, if you want to go and look it up. There was somebody arriving at the scene, and there's some victims of this well-documented violent event over there near the Walmart sign, also on the left in the car park. If you want to go and check that video, I'm not going to show that here. Yeah, we might have kids watching. I only want to show stuff that's, you know, viewable. But where I want to take you is right up to the other end of the Walmart complex, over to this corner around here. Actually, before we do that, here's the car park, there's the corner where we're going to talk about. Well, let's just shoot up here a bit so we can just get our bearings a little bit up the top of this ramp and in this car park area over here. And I got a little bit lost there. Wait a minute, wait, bear with me. Hang on a minute, where are you? Rightio, there, back to the top of the ramp. Went a bit far there. Should have edited this a little bit more tidily, but there we are. We get the sign in. All that faffing about when we get there. That's where all this activity was taking place. All these guys were all up the top, up here. And we can see all the way down there. And if we swing around a little bit further, we'll see the Hooters restaurant, Hooters, where interviews like this were given.
People and injuring others at Cielo Vista Mall in El Paso.
He starts pop, 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 pop. He's going for that semi-H trigger finger. He's going.
Wow, it's terrible. It's just so bad. It's terrible. But hang on a minute. That Google Images shot that she had in her thingo was different to mine. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look at that.
People and injuring others at Cielo Vista Mall in El Paso.
Yeah, that's different building to what we're talking about at the moment. That's well over there. See, that's that building over there. We're down over here. Over there, that's where footage like this was coming from. This report was really, really early on the scene. It was still an active shooter situation at that time, and you can tell just by looking at it just how chaotic that scene was. But that's well over there. We're talking about not that building, over here. And these are huge, big buildings and a massive complex. As you can see when we touch down on the ground, just how vast that area is. But yeah, no, we're down here at this corner where all this sort of stuff's happening. So this is where we're going to kick it off from amongst all the real bad stuff. So here we see 3 poor girls being wheeled in on a trolley. They must have some serious leg injuries or something that we can't see. And to these 2 blokes as well. They even need to be held on, kept on there. You can't tell from the footage what their injuries are, but they must be pretty bad. But not as bad as some others. And just to establish where we are, that's why I wanted to give the big ups to Walmart again in this video for just being so generous with their buildings and with just their thoughtfulness. We can see that these people are being wheeled into there, and on the right hand side we've got the Caravan $12.99 sign, which is this one here that I showed in the Google Earth. And just to double it up, we got the gasoline prices and that red, green and white poster on the wall. Oh, blue, green and white I meant to say, and the gas prices. So we're definitely in the right location. This is where this tragic and absolutely chaotic scene takes place. That's the ramp that I took you up before, where the guys were filming and... Wow. Oh, wow. Anyway, yeah, let's just get back to this tragic scene here. What I've done is I've put it in double speed because it's yeah, there's a lot happening, and it's pretty hard to watch. And I've taken the volume out just so it's less distressing for you guys to watch here. I mean, you can always adjust your playback speed and get a good look at it if you like, but I haven't done that, you know, out of respect and stuff. I mean, you can see just how many emergency service people are there. I mean, you could almost mistake it for a training exercise or something. But if it wasn't for all that documentation, you know. All right, if I put my conspiratard hat on, if I put one of those stupid bloody tin foil hats on, here, let's put on our tin foil hats and turn into conspira retards for a few seconds. If I was one of those morons, I'd make some ludicrous cases as to this being a large integrated training exercise or something like that. Just a really hardcore, super realistic training exercise, like one of these sort of things, but of course a whole lot better.
The training is called Active Threat Integrated Response. It's about building command and control and structure into a mass casualty event or a mass shooting event, and making sure that we get care to victims and survivability to victims as quickly as possible.
We got 3 reds in the rear. 3 reds. Back here too. 3 reds in the rear. Medics are here.
Coordination. More coordination than anything. Linking police, fire, EMS together so that they're working together to solve these problems. Or one of the main reasons I even instruct this is that I learned so much from the people that are in the class. I take it back to my own jurisdiction. We've had this training in my own jurisdiction, and we've seen an increased relationship develop between my EMS and my fire personnel along through my police department.
But to make some kind of ludicrous claim that this is just a really fancy version of one of those, maybe dealing with, you know, here, let's go even more crazy, right? Let's say this drill had a major focus on handling large amounts of obese people in a mass attack like this or something. But obviously, clearly that's not the case. you've seen how well documented this violent event was.
Well documented violent event.
So it's definitely not one of those drills. So we can take our stupid tinfoil hats off and throw them away. Oh, don't throw them away. Wrap some potatoes in them and cook up some potatoes before you throw them away. May as well make some good use of that stupid tinfoil hat. All right. So done with the silliness. I'll just let the rest of this play out. Well, a little bit more of it. I've got it in double speed. I'll just let a little bit more of it play out. It's pretty hard to watch, and I think I've successfully documented just how, as far as well documented violent events goes. Wow, this is a pretty bad one. This is pretty terrible. It's a terribly bad, well documented violent event.
Well documented violent event.
And I don't want to sound like some kind of Walmart ball liquor or anything like that. We don't even have a Walmart where I am. I don't know about other states in the country, but down here where I am, we don't have no Walmarts. Nothing like the size of that thing there. So I'm not ball licking on the Walmart. But we've got to congratulate Walmart again. The level of coordination that they've managed to put in place, of course, in tandem with the emergency services, is amazing, because we can't forget just how big this Walmart place is. We had a shooting take place all the way over here, and something in front of this building here. I'm pretty sure that there was some tragedy happening there too. But they've opened up the third one down here. It's just unreal, just the way they've let everybody access their stuff for the greater good. Like here, we got people that have twisted and contorted themselves into shopping trolleys, so they can be wheeled out of there quickly to receive some help and to catch up with old friends and things like that. Like that little old lady over in that trolley there. Rather than there's probably no wheelchairs and stuff like that around at Walmart. Like I said, we don't have one here, so I don't know. So somebody's plopped her into that shopping trolley there, and now she can receive the care that she just duly deserves. Okay, but look at there's plenty of people being pushed around on those trolleys, like we saw earlier with the three young girls, and the two blokes. They must have had some pretty nasty leg injuries because they were getting pushed around on those trolleys. But it's hard to see. It's hard to see what their injuries were in this footage. At least over here, well, you can't really see so much. The girl in the trolley had a little bit of red on one of her ankles, I think, but this video I've used has been quite courteous to conceal some of the dignity of the poor victims involved in this terribly bad, well documented violent event. Okay, and I think I just saw on the news before there's been even another one, another well documented, well soon to be, well documented violent event. I've got to go and check it out. I think it was in Ohio, so we need to probably document some stuff there as well. Anyway, folks, take care. Keep your eyes in the back of your head when you go shopping, or when you go to the movies, or when you go to the nightclubs, or when you go anywhere, really. Just beware. You never know when you could find yourself in the middle of something like this. So take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Speaking at an event in Nevada, Democratic presidential candidate and former El Paso Congressman Beto O'Rourke reacted to the news as information was still coming out.
It is very hard to think about this. It is very hard to think about this.
As I read my script, I just can't help but for smiling, 'cause I can't fake those feelings, but fuck you, fund me.
Out in the West Texas town of Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me at Rose's Cantina. Music would play and Felina would whirl. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas wind.
Well-documented violent event.
Sort of like how the donkey will never question why the carrot dangling in front of it's never getting closer, we'll just fucking keep on walking. And you try and tell that donkey, you're like, hey man, do you realise there's a rod and a string there? So mate, I don't have fucking time for conspiracy theory shit.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks, lady. Anaconda malt liquor gives you.
Wow.
You need to shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking. Anaconda malt liquor gives you. Anaconda malt liquor gives you. Now you getting it. Anaconda malt liquor gives you. Gives you what? Anaconda malt liquor gives you. Exactly.